So what I want to do today is respond to some comments from some people on a few old videos of mine and kind of do some requests that people had of different ways of doing things that were helpful for them. So if you aren't one of these people, this video is probably not going to be super interesting for you, but you're welcome to watch it if you want to. But this is really just for a few people who specifically asked for particular versions of things. So first person, the Manor Voices, asks, would you consider making a version of this where we can hear all the loops for longer, perhaps with a click on it? It would be massively appreciated. And unfortunately, that was 8 months ago, finally getting to it. But yes, I have done that, and that'll be later in this video. Shout out to Charlie XCX for making a great album. This has been one of my most viewed videos, and I think it's mostly just because Brat kind of popped off. So go her for her Grammys and her Brat Summer and all that. And for those of you who wanted this different version of this, I hope you find some use out of this video. I'm going to do a quick breakdown of each of these tracks from Mean Girls based on a request from a commenter. I did try and break it up, just in case you're wondering why I chose to break up which parts into each track for this. I tried to break it up based on where it sounded like things were coming from. Some things sound like they're from the left, or this volume and that. So things that sounded like they're on the same track in the recording of whoever originally produced this, I tried to get into the same track. Okay, so this is more or less the bass with a little bit of maybe some tenor sound too with metronome. And down here is the piano roll. So that is an exact loop all the way through as far as I could tell. Some of these I didn't think were exactly the same each time, so I'll listen through all of them if I think they're different, but that one's just that loop through the whole thing. So that's just a little chord thing. This one kind of changes, if I remember right. I guess that is just a two note or two phrase loop there. That's just the same. That first one, I did do a little chord there. It sounded like there was a little chord the first time through. I don't know if I was just hearing things or what. Yeah, so that's another one I thought kind of changed throughout. I added some claps to it later on. That's just quarter notes on that high G over and over again. So all together, it's gonna hopefully sound somewhat, emphasis on somewhat, like the original. Next up on the docket is some comments on my Magdalena Bay Death and Romance chords video. So we had that chain user 767 said, "Can you try to do an angle from your view? For me, it's hard to learn from this angle, Broken Heart." And then a similar one from Headers PBJ 770 who commented, "Is it possible if you could record it top down? I'm still struggling with this." Yes, I did my best. I don't have fancy equipment, unfortunately, besides my keyboard. My keyboard's nice. But in terms of video and video editing, I don't have a lot of resources. So I did my best to get a top-down video. I wish I had, those videos with like the MIDI keyboards where the light goes down and you can see really easily what's being played. Really cool. I wish I could do that. I unfortunately have no idea how to do that. I don't know what the equipment is or how to use it, even if I knew what it was. But I did my best with a really creative setup to get a top-down video. And maybe I'll show a picture of what I had to do to make that happen, because it took some ingenuity, you might say.